For every soul who walks, there is a story. The soil is filled with memory, so many footprints and paw prints, and marks made by hooves carving into the earth. And then there are those that live outside of our world, the ones that live somewhere between the huge sky and our own vast imaginations. When we walk, these stories appear to us. The characters pass in front of us like clouds. And I'm the narrator at Ryedale Festival's song cycle this year. It's called Across the Whinny Moor, and it's the folk stories of the North York Moor brought together to form a story based on the idea of the Lyke Walk.
We started out, myself and Hazel, who's the writer, and Rosie, who's the storyteller. We had this idea of creating a piece based around the Lyke Walk. Hazel and I came up and worked in some schools and visited Alison and her choirs, and we came up with lots of ideas and tunes and text based on different local folk stories. And then really Hazel and I went home, spent a couple of months putting everything together, sent everything off to the amazing musicians and teachers all working on the projects, and then they've been working away up until today, and now it's coming together.
This is the first time that Ryedale Folk Museum and Ryedale Festival have come together in this way. At Ryedale Folk Museum we care for these stories, we try and preserve this heritage, and so to see them brought together in these songs has been incredible.
Really interesting with the folklore, so many stories I'd had no idea about. The Lyke Walk is this really long journey, and the music and the text just takes you along the whole route.
The wind moving through trees begins to sound just like someone calling your name. The damp leaves that glisten might look in a certain light like people dancing. That streak of mist seems to a child like the cape and crown of the king of the elves.
My job as the conductor of the concert is to sort of pull everything together. So you sort of see and hear where different parts of the concert are, but then on the day and yesterday it is literally just bringing everyone where they're at and getting it to the best possible performance we can do all together. And as you heard today, it was absolutely brilliant. Lots of the kids are the same kids from last year, so I've grown those bonds with them, and watching them grow a year on and working with them, it's really, really inspiring. And working with all the team here who make me feel so welcome. I love coming back. I love being part of the festival in a small way that I can.
It's so relevant to us here in Ryedale because the moors are such a part of our culture.
It's absolutely rooted in the places, in the North York moors, in the peat, in the bog, in the heather, absolutely.
particularly joyous to have such young children with us, sharing that musical and environmental culture that we're so privileged to have here.
I'm Charlie, I'm part of the Whinny Moor side brass band. It's been really, really good actually. Playing in church is always lovely because there's always brilliant acoustics, especially for a brass band and a choir as well.
It's just been wonderful. Such a privilege to be part of it. This is the first time we've actually heard the whole thing through because we have 5 songs, our 2 choirs. But to hear everybody and how it all fits together, it's been really exciting.
Everybody's worked hard, so to hear it all come together is really quite magical.
I found it quite moving when everybody was singing together and the choirs, and the brass band and everything together, and some of this, you know, the music that John's written is so fantastic. So it's got so much heart.
You spend quite a lot of time by yourself working out how you think things are going to be in your head and on the piano for me, and it's always, this bit is like the big endorphin spike where you get the huge payback, and it's amazing to see how hard everyone's been working, but yeah, really satisfying to hear all of these voices coming together, and I think there's a really nice sense of ownership about the material. It feels really special for the performers.
I've mainly been involved in like the Zoom calls, talking about what time people should arrive, rehearsal schedules. So to hear the piece and hear how it all fits together, it sort of like blows you away a little bit, especially because it's like the community coming together to do something and how powerful that is.
Absolutely stunning. I'm quite moved actually. Yes, it was fabulous. And what a turnout.
We really enjoyed it. I've just joined Ryedale Voices, so it was really good to see them sing for the first time.
Absolutely fantastic. Completely inspiring. And so lovely to see all the complete mixture of ages involved and all the different organisations and choirs, and it was just wonderful.
What did you like about it? The high singing.
It's such a good experience for them. I've got to this point in my life and I've never heard a soprano sing like that, so I think it's a really good opportunity. My daughter's in a local choir too, so it'll be really good for her to see what you could achieve with singing.
It feels like a massive community collaboration, and it's such an exciting thing to be a part of. I get to sit right in the middle of it all, so I get to hear the choirs and the brass bands and the children all coming at me from different sides. It's just magical.
A wonderful story with the lightweight walk I've done many times, and just so good to see the children putting their hearts into it, and the brass band is marvellous.
Work on a community project like the Song Cycle, and you're working on a festival that's all about the local place, it doesn't take long to feel like you're very much part of Ryedale.
It is lovely to have local choirs and local musicians playing in a concert for Ryedale Festival. I think that's an excellent thing to happen, and I've really enjoyed that.
It wouldn't be the thing that it is today without the input of, you know, really more than 100 people who've all taken part and given ideas, and I think there's something really special about that.
So emotional. I just was hearing all those stories of local folklore and seeing a lot of people I know singing and performing. It was just wonderful, yeah. It came together beautifully.
I feel really privileged in a way that I get to conduct it all and see and actually work with everyone, because everyone together, side by side, making amazing music, and you heard what happens when we all work together, how brilliant it can really be.
It's my first experience with Ryedale Festival, and yeah, I love it. I want to come back.
fly.